CountryWide Connect with Andy Thompson and Sarah Perriam-Lampp.
Right now, I've got Sarah Howe with me. She is one of the co-founder and general manager at Landify. Sarah, g'day. Welcome to CountryWide Connect. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having me, Andy.
And how's it going? Good day here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, the North Islanders have opened their arms to me. It's lovely.
So where are you based?
So I'm based in South Canterbury with my family, just outside of Geraldine.
Right. Farming?
My wider family's farming. We're just on a smaller block ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
You're like me, life sentence block.
Something like
Well, I've only got a tiny life sentence block, but anyway. Okay. Obviously, good number of people here. We talked about 260 odd at this conference. Have you been to this before?
No, this is my first time. Yeah.
It's quite good. And what's your impressions?
I am impressed by the number of people. I know that across the board, it is harder to get people to take time out of their businesses for events like this. So, yeah, well done, Beef and Lamb, for pulling it together.
I tell you what I'm impressed about, and I said it to Dan Breyer at the start of the show. I go to a lot of these events, and quite often I wonder where the farmers are.
Yeah.
At event, and maybe this is, Beef and Lamb have done brilliantly on this, and have managed to get a whole heap of farmers here, more farmers than RPs, little professionals wandering around. So, maybe they've not allowed them in or something. I don't know, but it's noticeable, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a really good turnout of farmers.
Yeah, and as JK said, it's a good opportunity for people to get together and have a bit of a catch up and a bit of a chat. You're here presenting Landify. Now, I really don't know what this is. Tell me about what Landify is.
Cool. So Landify is a company that we set up about 18 months ago. It is a really simple digital platform or website that is helping to connect more landowners, younger farmers and investors to explore partnership arrangements.
Right. So how does it work? If you're looking for investment, you register, and then people can come in and say, hey, I want a piece of that. I want to be part of it. How does it then, because what about the neighbours, the nosy neighbour syndrome? How do you stop that?
So a really important thing that we wanted to build was that we recognise that currently for people to find partners in farming businesses, they're relying on their informal networks to find the right people. So what we wanted to do was create a digital marketplace which actually extended their reach beyond their informal networks, but at the same time engineer it for their privacy needs. So almost all of our listings, which look a little bit like Trade Me listings, almost all of our listings are anonymous. And once you make a listing, you can receive inquiries from potential partners, basically explaining why they think that they could be a good partner.
Is it like a dating app for farms?
Slightly. With better
Not that I know what a dating app looks like, but anyway, just to put that out there.
Yeah. So essentially,
Swipe right.
Well, we've engineered it so that the ball is in the court of the people who are making the listings. They choose when and with whom they disclose who they are. And so, we're trying to put the power in their hand,
Okay, so interesting. So on both sides of the coin here, what sort of people are looking to, is it actually sell or more to attract investment? What's the majority of your listings?
Yeah, so what we help to support people to do is explore partnership arrangements. So partnerships for us can mean anything from lease to buy arrangements, share farming, equity partnerships, vendor financing arrangements. You don't have to know what partnerships you want to pursue, but it's our job to provide you a marketplace to start to dip your toe and connect with potential partners. So quite often we have established farmers making listings saying we're looking to step back, we're looking for flexible options to step back. We'd love for somebody to introduce some capital to the business to unlock our retirement and succession issues.
I was going to say, I can see succession featuring a lot.
That's right. So that's sort of one group of people. We've got other, families who are looking to, raise capital to grow their business. We have listings made by younger people, basically putting their best foot forward, saying this is our experience, this is the level of capital that we could contribute to somebody's business. This is why we'd be good partners. Yeah.
So for younger people like that, they're looking to get a foot on the farming ladder, right? A good way. So you're not going to have to commit. And I suppose the beauty of that too is if you're the right person going to the right farm, you've already got a successful farming operation. So it de-risks it, I would have thought, for a lot of people.
Yeah, totally. So we're our target market, if you like. It's not, very young farmers. It's farmers who have, 10 or 15 years experience and a balance sheet to back, their ownership goals, if you like.
So what surprised you since you've launched it? What happened that you didn't expect trend-wise?
I think what surprised us is probably the number of families who are looking for investors for really positive reasons. And the fact that to date, there hasn't really been a mechanism for them to tap into pools of investors. So that's been really exciting.
And like all good ideas, it seems simple and everyone goes, why didn't I think of that first? Why did you think of it? And why is it, how did it come about?
So we certainly weren't the first people to think of this idea. Why people hadn't done it before us is because they couldn't find a business model in which they could monetize this as a service. So this is a paid service. You can sign up for free and browse our listings for free. But if you want to be connected to somebody or if you want to make a listing yourself, you need to be a paid member. And so that's an important revenue stream for us and why it's sustainable.
Right. So you're not a subscription-based service, right? But you're not clipping the ticket on any of the deals.
No, and that's really important from a regulatory point of view.
Yeah.
We're an introduction platform. We're not.
Otherwise, you'd be real estate agents or business brokers or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
okay. And so, obviously, you're here presenting today, and as at this Ag Innovation Conference. It's what sort of numbers of listings? Is that confidential? Can I ask?
No. And it's anybody can sign up and go and have a look. So at the moment, to date, we've had over 2,000 people sign up, which is really positive. At the moment, we've got about 50 live listings on the platform that you can go and check out. Every week we're managing more inquiries.
So what sort of investment amounts? I mean, are we talking, I suppose it's how long's a piece of string, is it? But what would be the minimum then?
Well, it really depends because a lot of people are open to multiple parties. So, there are some people who are looking for, a $500,000 investment, where somebody might come in and buy their stock off them and lease the property, for example. There are others that are looking to buy the neighbours and they're looking at more like a $10 million sort of a figure. We don't, put in concrete the figure that they're looking for exactly. We're not able to do that, but we can provide ranges so that people know whether or not they're ballpark. Yeah,
right. So I suppose you'd be, if someone want $500,000, you might get 5 people and they might put in $100,000 each sort of scenario.
Exactly, yeah. The syndication is quite common.
Yeah, so syndication. Do full sales happen? Or not?
They can. It's not. We don't advertise land for sale per se.
Yeah.
What can often happen is that there'll be a property that's on the market, but at the same time on Landify, where there's an option for vendor financing for the right people. So again, we're not advertising farms for sale, but we're allowing people to explore partnerships. Yeah.
And has it taken over the day job yet?
Yeah, definitely.
It has?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Well, yeah, a lot of my day job is raising a family now too. So there's a lot of jobs on my list at the moment.
Right. Okay. But so what started off as a side hustle and then sort of grew? Were you surprised at the uptake?
Yeah, definitely. And initially we weren't sure if the industry was going to embrace it. And I tell the story about how we launched the sign up list before we'd actually built the infrastructure behind as a final test to see if the market did actually want it. And we had hundreds of people sign up overnight. So, yeah, that was a really good test.
that generally tells you that it's working out well. And so have you spoken? You've already spoken. What was the response like?
Yeah, really good questions. And certainly everybody had their tickers going.
Yeah.
I mean, something that we like to talk about is, how we might promote more shared ownership opportunities in the sector. I think we're all quite intent on achieving full farm ownership, but we like to talk about how might the next generation take a portfolio approach to farming, and how might that actually make succession down the line easier for our families.
It actually is an interesting dynamic, and a lot of chats about succession are done in a very old school formalised way, aren't they? But younger people have a very different view on what they're looking for, and risk mitigation as well. I think is a big part of that.
Totally. Risk mitigation, liquidity. These are all
because they've seen, to not put too fine a point, a lot of younger farmers have seen their parents or their grandparents or their aunties and uncles literally stuck on their farm day in, day out. Can't get out. You're almost trapped there, right? They don't want that.
Oh, totally. Yeah. And I think there's an important conversation in the industry around farming for operational profitability rather than just capital gain.
Yes.
And I think our generation is the first generation that's really being challenged by this, by banks particularly. So I think naturally we have a slightly different mindset anyway.
All right. Sarah Howe, co-founder and general manager at Landify. I really appreciate your time here on CountryWide Connect.
CountryWide Connect with Andy Thompson and Sarah Perriam-Lampp.